Hello, I'm Lauren, that awkward plant girl. Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you guys for popping in. Today we are going to be talking about my 5 favorite big leaved houseplants. These are just the biggest leaves that I have personally that are bringing me a lot of joy right now, so I'm going to share those with you. There are a ton more large houseplants out there. There are also a ton of houseplants that come in small little leaves and don't size up until they're given something to climb. A lot of the little houseplants that we have can become huge, monstrous, gigantor plants. Like, they're incredible and amazing. But these are just some of the ones that I have that have gotten large that I'm just really loving right now, and I just wanted to share with you. Yes, I have yellow leaves back here, but I'm going to be doing a video in just a little bit on how to clean up your houseplants and how to make them all look nice really quickly. Just like a couple little tips video. So that's what I'm saving those for. Those are actually like purposeful and intentful. And also, I think it's important to note that even when people are showing huge, beautiful leaves and super happy houseplants, and yes, it may have taken a lot of time and skills to grow them, it's also important for everybody to know that this is the reality of houseplants. Like, there are houseplants that are just going to struggle no matter what you do. There are houseplants that you're going to neglect in order to get these large ones, especially as you get a bigger and bigger collection. It's just part of it. It's normal. So when I'm showing you these large houseplants today, please don't sit there and go, oh wow, she must be amazing. No, I just gave them my attention and care, or I got lucky with a couple. I neglected a lot of houseplants. But without further ado, let me show you some pretty looking houseplants. So this one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in its full glory because it's freaking huge. This is Alocasia Dragon's Breath. It has some little fungal issues, and it is currently very underwatered. So you could see these are all drooping down and it's sad. This is all crusty and crunchy. It's got a bunch of corms. It needs a repot. It's got new growth coming out the side too. I don't know if you could even see that. Like, this thing is just a monster, and it's tucked back behind a bunch of other stuff currently, so it doesn't get the love and attention it deserves, and its leaves need a cleaning desperately. So probably after this video it's gonna get the love. It's also got a new leaf coming in, which is fun. But yeah, so I just wanted to show this one to you. I got this one as like a little, maybe 2 or 3 leaf from Equigenera USA. Ordered it in the mail, if you could believe that, with a bunch of other alocasias, and it was just a little thing, and it's grown to be this giant monstrosity. I have it in a very well draining mix with a bunch of stratum because I have discovered that alocasia loves stratum. So I have it in like stratum and perlite, and I top it with sphagnum moss, which works really well when I have my humidifier going and when I'm watering my plants, which I'm not doing right now. I will be in a little bit though, don't worry. It's just with the holidays and everything, things get neglected. So that's the reality. But this one is still pushing out big leaves, still kicking, and still amazing. I don't know if that plant is talked about enough, like the Alocasia Dragon's Breath. I don't think it's talked about enough at all. Like, a really underrated alocasia because, I mean, it's very drought tolerant, as you can see. Thank you to our sponsor of today's video, indoorgardening.com, for plant care guides on these plants and more large leaf plant ideas you might enjoy. You can visit indoorgardening.com. I write articles for them as well, so lots more information on these plants over there for you too. The next one on the list is going to be one that everybody has known and everyone has seen, but it's withstanding all of my neglect this year, and I'm really surprised and really excited because I'm barely doing anything for it, and it's just going anyway. This is another one that I got as like a little tiny baby plant. I've had it for maybe 3 years now, 2 or 3 years. The years are starting to blend together at this point. But yes, I got it as like a little baby and a little teeny tiny. I want to say it was in a 6-inch pot, but it really should have been in a 4-inch pot. You know how the grocery stores get. So that's where I got it, at like a Walmart or a grocery store or something like that. But let me show you. Okay, so this is my Monstera deliciosa. I don't know if you can see all of it, but it finally gave me fenestrations. It was this size when I got it. This is how big the leaves were. Sorry, I'm sick, so we're just doing this anyway. This is just a $1.50 steak from Walmart. It's really cheap, really inexpensive. I just shoved it in a pot. I have a cover pot, and then this is a terracotta pot that I have it in. I have it in a well-draining epiphytic mix. And then I just pour water in here and let it all soak up and absorb. And then the excess water will evaporate and make humidity. And then this traps a bunch of humidity around the roots as well without having it be a rotting issue. So I really love this setup. And it's been thriving since I did this. I did this in the summertime. I switched it all. And it went from, I want to say, yeah, it went from this size leaf. And then it pushed out this one here, this one here, this one here. Then it gave me this one, and then it gave me this one. It gave me this one, and then I stopped watering it, really. And then it gave me this one, which was nice, thank you. And now I need to give it more water. I can see right up here that it is starting to push out another new leaf, and I just keep having to twist tie it to stay up here. I don't know if I'll chop and prop it, or if I'll just maybe get another pole to stick on it, or how that's going to work. I don't have a plan. I'm just thrilled that it hasn't rotted. It's thirsty right now. Like, this is all dry. Everything you're going to see here today, for the most part, is thirsty, except for the ones in the terrariums. So that's this one. But I like how these size up. These leaves are beautiful as they size up and they get their little fenestrations. And they'll get more and more as they get older. Also, I'm not giving this a lot of light. It would grow a lot faster if I gave it more light. But it's currently just getting grow light bulb from my ceiling light. It doesn't even have an actual grow light over it, just ambient light from whatever plant lights are in the plant room. It's actually sitting on a dresser right behind you guys. Like, it's not getting very much light at all. So I'm really thrilled that this one is doing so well. All right, so this next one is actually kept in a terrarium. I'm really excited for this because I cut it all back, I want to say about a year ago, just chopped it down to like the little root nubbins. It didn't even have a leaf left, and I just left it in a pot, and I wasn't sure whether it was going to live or die or what. And instead it chose to thrive, and it now has these super huge leaves. And they're gorgeous, gorgeous leaves. It's also growing out of the pot, so it desperately needs a repot. I like these leaves because they're little tiny, pink and fuzzy. You can kind of see a new one coming in here, and then they grow and expand to become these monstrosities. So I have chopped this and shared it many times with friends. And it's just one of those, like, the gift that keeps on giving in a good way type of plants. I really, really love this plant. I have a whole bunch of different kinds of begonia. I don't remember the exact name of this one. It is a begonia rex. I will have to look it up and put it on the screen for you. I am really sorry. I just don't remember. It's been a number of years, and that's assuming that I even identified it originally, because I ended up going to... Where did I go? I don't even remember. I went somewhere and got a whole bunch of begonia that were in these size pots. I think I walked away with 12 or 15 begonia that day because they were having like a super huge sale for like $3 each or something. So I just picked up a whole bunch, and I don't remember what they all are. I just recognize them from the leaves, honestly. So it's a begonia rex variety of some kind. And they get huge and super cool. And look at this backing. Like, how cool is that? The venation on the back? Like, oh my gosh. It's just the coolest thing ever. Very psychedelic, very fun. So let me put this away, and then we'll move on to the next plant. So the next two plants are actually in my big 75-gallon tank. So we're going to go check those out. They are all super rooted in the base of this tank. So I can't pull them out without having to do something with the roots all over the place, or possibly disturbing the root systems and whatnot. They are huge. They're very happy. They are thrilled to be alive, and I think the only reason that is because I kept them in that tank and they were not out here being neglected with the rest of the plants. So you get to see some happy plants for a change. There's two of them in there. They're both philodendron, and honestly, they're really underrated plants. They would do fine out here if I wanted to take them out. I just didn't want to deal with that. One I grew from a little tiny baby seedling. Like I got it as like a 2-inch potted plant with like 2 little leaves. I think I unboxed it on this channel actually from one of the Etsy stores. Don't remember which. I'll put that down here for you. And then the other one I actually got at the local farmer's market. I was really surprised. There was a lady there selling a bunch of different houseplants and a bunch of different garden plants, and I just went over and was taking a look. Most of the stuff I had already, but this one in particular I didn't. And it was for a great price, and I fell in freaking love with it when I saw it. Like, it had been on my wish list for a while, but pictures do not do this plant justice. I don't even know if I could do this plant justice on a video, honestly, because it's just so cool. So that's all the plants I have for you today. I am going to be filming other videos today, so I have to get going. I have to keep these short. But thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments below what plants are really thriving for you right now. What big leaved plants do you have going on? Are there ones that are sizing up? Are there ones that are sprouting more variegation? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!